All right, so here we go. I'm installing a Sniper EFI on a YJ 4.2. Okay, square headlight, AMC 4.2. Kind of a weird application, the kit from Holley for a CJ, but it is the AMC 258. I did not get the fuel pump with their kit. I'll link, I'll show you the fuel kit that I got, but what I did was I actually dropped my fuel tank in the back and installed a fuel sender and pump combo for later model YJ. There's the part number for it right there on from company MTS. Anyway, direct replacement for the 20-gallon plastic fuel tank. If yours is metal, then you got the 15-gallon. This isn't going to work for you. You may have to find a different pump. I cut off the connector that came with the pump, and then I matched the vehicle plug from the YJ. All right, so I can tell you right now, the black is ground. The middle is your is your sending unit. That's your fuel gauge. And the one on the right is power to your pump. Okay, so I just matched the wires right from the sender, cut off the plug from the factory, put in a new plug to match the wiring harness on the YJ. It's good to go. It's already been tested. Fuel gauge works properly. That pump's going to push 75 to 100 psi, which then the regulator up on the Sniper should take it from there and regulate it to the proper 58.5. All right, don't mind some of the mess. The wiring obviously still has to be done, but I wanted to walk you through what the wiring was. Okay, black obviously to the black, red to the positive. I mounted my relays right off of the battery there, right just off to the side of the battery in the bay. This blue wire I'm not using yet. That's to power the pump. It does go through a relay that powers the fuel pump. Again, mine was a direct replacement after I did my own wire connection, so I don't think I'm going to use that or need it. Haven't cut it or shortened it yet. I still have to decide my final installation. Okay, then come around here is the main wiring harness that plugs into the back of the Sniper. Off of this comes your crank signal. This is wired and twisted. I don't believe I'm going to be using this. All right, this is going to get tucked away. Then the yellow is actually going to get spliced and go into my distributor. All right, that's going to fire my distributor on. I got to remember this right here. The tack and the battery. So I remember the tack. That's going to go on the tack side. That's right. So the yellow from the Sniper goes onto the tack, and the battery you're going to run right from your starter. And I spliced that in directly down there. I can show a little bit more of that in a second. All right, coming over to this side of the Sniper. All right, here's this connection for the handheld. Haven't hooked that up yet. Going to run through the firewall. I'll probably mount that on the inside. And then the other large harness here, I've got just tied up. I don't think I'm going to use that. I may run an aftermarket tack. I haven't decided yet. But what I did was I actually spliced in the factory tack, the stock tack, into that tack line. So I got them both running to the distributor. I haven't fired it up yet, but I'm expecting my stock tack to be accurate and to work. And on the front side is a mess. This whole vacuum cleanup of the project was probably the best part of it, just kind of cleaning up the engine bay. I've got this routed, the PCV valve. I've got routed, teed off, and coming in to the throttle body. I'm not sure if this is right, to be honest with you. Underneath there's a port you can see, then teed off here, and then eventually going into the evac can. So again, not sure if that's exactly right. Temporary breather on the back there and on the intake of the PCV, but eventually, once I find the air cleaner I like for the Sniper, I plan on getting that out of there and plumbing that right directly into the air filter. So a little bit of a unique application, not a lot of info out there on a YJ install. Thought I'd share it without having to do the inline pump and getting your own in-tank pump and running it directly off the wiring housing. So check it out. Any questions, leave a comment. Coming here back to the Sniper install on the early model 4.2 YJ. I did remove the fuel pump, the mechanical fuel pump. Okay, I do have a block off plate coming that's going to go in there. So I got that blocked off now. And I did also do an EGR delete, I should mention, on this side as well. So I'm, again, waiting on a block off plate. I did take off the EGR valve. I'm not sure if I can see it way back in there. A little bit of a mess. I'll kind of point to it. There, I got a block off plate coming there too. Okay, So, and then, you know, I use this port here for anybody wondering. My manifold, my exhaust manifold had it already, a coolant sensor there. So I made it very simple for me just to unplug that coolant sensor, plug in another one. And I should mention also, I'll tell you, my manifold, I don't know if I can get a good picture of it. The O2 sensor, there we go. That's rusted in. I couldn't get that thing out. BB blaster for about a week and a half every day, and I wasn't getting that thing out. So what I did was I actually installed, you'll see just below it, it is about 10 inches outside of where all the ports do come together. So it is within specification, a little bit further down the exhaust. And then that sensor obviously comes right up into the engine bay and ties directly into the Sniper. So it worked out pretty well. But if you have that port on your manifold, if you can get your existing or your old sensor out, that's where that sensor will plug right in. Perfect. And again, same thing here, just on this side with the coolant sensor. So the manifold's already got 2 plug and play ports already for those 2 sensors. It's really a simple install.